Greetings, my friends. Good morning. It is the 22nd day of the HaOmer, and it's the Midah of Chesed Sheba Netzach. And so this is the first of the week of Netzach. And so let's just think about that together a little bit, about what is Netzach. Let's remember, of course, that there's kind of an intellectual, left brain analytical thinking about what is the Midah and analyzing how am I in that Midah of the day, and being alert to when the challenge or the inspiration of that Midah comes my way so that I can actually connect to that. And then there's another aspect, which is dropping into a deeper sense of the way that God's presence is emanating through us and expressing all of the Midah through us at every moment, and plugging into that holy power, plugging into that source of inspiration and capacity, and witnessing and expressing in more of a right brain experiential way that Midah is here in the world. And that's, both aspects are important, and that's reflective of this notion that the sfirot are the things that we count that can't be counted. And you can look in the first essay on sfirot on the Substack to see that if you haven't. But that first one where it talks about what does that root word lisaper really mean? And it means to count what can't be counted. And it also means to cause to shine, to illuminate. So let's illuminate Netzach and Chesed Sheba Netzach. So Netzach is this quality of, it gets translated as eternity or victory. It gets understood in kind of a, like the Usfartim Lechem Matop Midvash, the kind of Haredi perspective on it, is it's overcoming the Yetzer Hara. The Yetzer Hara is that force of opposition to the expression of our higher principles and the expression of what we're really meant to be in the world. And in that aspect of culture, it's our ability to learn Torah and keep the mitzvot and actually do God's will. And so Netzach is the overcoming the opposition, the spiritual opposition that lives within us and beyond us. And if we think about it in our personal context in a more sort of expansive way, Netzach is the ability to be who we are in the world. It's values. It's the ability to express what is most true, that we know is most true and most important, and to overcome the internal and external obstacles to that. And so it's a week for reflecting on where are we in that inyan of being able to overcome the obstacles, to being the people we know we want to be as individuals, as families, as a collective. And that's nitzachon, that's nitzchiyut, it's eternity, that's leaving a legacy, that's building a world that's a good world that extends into the future. So Chesed Sheba Netzach. Chesed Sheba Netzach is when we plug into loving kindness as a power that completes or empowers our capacity to overcome the obstacles. The way that Isfartim Lechem talks about it is very beautiful, a little uncharacteristic, because he talks about taking it easy on ourselves and not needing to always be like the powerful victor over the Yetzer Hara, but to sometimes go with the flow a little bit and realize that if we go with the flow, we go with the flow of what we're desiring or what we're wanting. Like, okay, sometimes you need to take a nap and give your body what it needs so that you can stand up and empower yourself to do what you care about. We talk a lot in the healing, especially in osteopathy, about the direction of ease. You know, somebody fell off a wall or something like that, and their shoulders just distorted, and there's protective responses and things are sort of stuck, and they have persistent pain. They've done all the right therapy, and it's like the therapy's like, well, stretch it, it's stuck, so stretch it. You know, it's like fight against it. And that's not this aspect of chesed, which is going with the direction of ease. And so you might, as an osteopath or body worker, put your hands on someone and notice that sense of distortion from the correct or anatomic posture or function that there should be. And instead of just trying to push it back into place, you go with that energy of impulse of injury that's in it. You go with the direction of ease. The tissue wants to go. You take it in the direction that's easy, and then something starts to happen. And this is just a phenomenon that happens. You do this work and you see it, and it's got a lot of relevance to the rest of our lives, that by going in the direction of ease, we sometimes access a deeper sense of expression, which is like, the body corrects itself. This is the way I'm supposed to be. This is the posture I'm meant to be in that can allow me to do what I need to do in the world. Expression of Netzach through going with the flow, going with the subtlety. And you have to obviously be careful about that, because sometimes going with the flow and taking the easy way is just a pathway into kind of self-indulgence that knocks you off the path. But we have to be subtle. We have to be aware. We have to recognize that, okay, sometimes I'm going to flow with the loving kindness. Sometimes I'm going to go with the flow and jump into the stream and receive that burst of energy or recovery or wakefulness or inspiration that allows me to overcome the inner or outer obstacle that's standing in my way. One other thing I want to share, which is more about that broader, deeper aspect, is that so I was in shul this morning, and I tend to wake up before dawn and try to pray with sunrise, and there's a group of guys that does that, and we were taking out the Torah for the Torah reading, and I was appreciating this group of guys, just looking at around the room at their faces, and everybody's got their struggles and their lines in their faces and their challenges, but they're schlepping themselves out of bed and they're getting to the Beit Knesset to pray, and they're beautiful people. Just appreciating their beauty. And then it was a Sephardi Torah. It was the standing up one, not the lying down one. So silver case, beautiful, opened up. We all sort of acknowledge the Torah, and he puts it down and starts reading it. And I'm hearing the song of the Torah. I'm hearing this beautiful, eternal song of the Torah that is sung every Monday, Thursday, Saturday, in shuls all over the world beyond space, in shuls for all time, since this has been our Masorah, our path. And the Torah is a song, and it's the kindness of God. It's the light of Hashem. Hashem created the world Bereshit, in the beginning, Bishvil Yisrael. That's what they say. And what does that mean? We could read it as for us, but we can also read it as through us. Bishvil, that we're the pathway. The Moranayim reads Bishvil that way, that we're the pathway for the expression of God's light and goodness and sweetness in the world. When we plug into that aspect of being the Shvil, and that the Torah and the song of the Torah and the wisdom and light and love and water and sweetness and chesed, which is the shoresh, the root of the Torah, that's there to inspire us and bring us into our strength so that we can express the truth of our eternal values and express them eternally. So I hope that was helpful. Hey, if you are liking these things, I really encourage you to share the WhatsApp group, share the Substack. Let's get the ideas out there. I'm doing my best to receive the inspiration and then get out of the way and give it over. And I hope that it touches your heart and touches your mind together. And so let's together share it and put it out there so that more people can be inspired if you find it inspiring. So thanks for listening, watching. Love to hear your feedback, and wishing you all the best, good things. Have a great week of Netzach, that you should all be strengthened to overcome the obstacles. Take care.